Well, that explains a lot. Up, Bloody Nerdigans, this is the one and only Packer Girl 89, and today's Manga Nerdigan live reaction video is going to be for Akatsuki no Yona, aka Yona of the Dawn, chapter 195. So, last chapter was really, really interesting because we found out why Kashi got with Eel in the first place. One is because she's an oracle, and she foresaw that Yona was going to be basically the reincarnation of King Hiryu, and which I don't think she told Eel, if I remember correctly, about Yona being the reincarnation of King Hiryu. But she did tell, the one thing she did tell Eel that I remember is that, you know, she would bear him a red-headed child, which is what he wanted. And the other thing, that was really, well, it was really adorable to see all of the kids playing together. Holy shit, that was so cute. But to me, it seemed like Kashi did not have any ill will at all to Yanhi. And to me, I don't think she blames Lady Yanhi at all for what happened. But anyway, let's get to this chapter and see what's in store for us this month. And God, this cover page is gorgeous. Yeah, Yona is on the cover this month. But here we go. What did you just say? Father, right now you're not in full use of your judgment due to the illness. We can continue this conversation after you regain your presence of mind, and what's more important, after you recover a little. My sons, I have more to say, so listen, I don't have long. The next sovereign of this country, is Eel. Yeah, I know, I understand why. This is the king of Kuka's, Junam's last preemptory command. And chapter 195 is titled The Last Wish. Totally understand why he's doing that. Because he's pissed off that Lord Yuan disobeyed him. That's why. So, yeah, that's why. Disobeyed him in regards to religion. That's why. 2 days later, His Majesty Junam breathed his last. The successor was Lord Eel. That came as a violent shock not only within the royal palace and to the Sky Tribe, but to all the 5 tribes. Why was the royal palace shocked about this? The royal palace should not have been shocked about this. But to the other tribe, the Sky Tribe and the all the 5 tribes, I totally understand why they're shocked, but I don't understand why the royal palace was shocked. That's the thing I'm confused about. After all, the undefeated conqueror, Lord Yuan, who enjoyed immense popularity with the people, had been expected to become an even greater king than His Majesty Junam had been. Again, why I'm shocked about the royal palace is because of what was said a few chapters ago. Was because Junam, like Eel, was extremely involved in the church. I called it a cult, but yeah, he was extremely involved in the church. Eel and his father Junam were involved in the church. The fact that because of what Yuan did by executing the church and completely annihilating the cult / church. That's why he did that. And for the royal palace to be shocked about this kind of weirds me out. But whatever. I'm just gonna the rest of the kingdom totally understand them being shocked because and you know what? I'm gonna play devil's advocate with the royal palace being shocked as well. I can understand why some of them would be shocked. Especially like the younger members, because Yuhan was really popular with the people. The people were actually happy that the priests and all of them were dead. They were so happy about it. They hated them. So yeah, But the older members of the royal palace, they should not have been surprised by this at all. But anyway. Even Lord Yuhan himself. Why are you shocked, Yuhan? Why? Why are you shocked by this? Why? I'm so confused on why he's shocked by this. Why Il, old man? Il is a waste. He's not up to the task. Why wasn't it I? Because you destroyed the religion / cult that, your father loves so much. How are you shocked by this? You don't remember how mad your father was? After the temple ceased to exist, His Majesty Junam and Lord Eel had piously offered their prayers at the Crimson Dragon King shrine in the underground of the castle. Ultimately, Lord Yuhan concluded they had never... There we go! Lord Yuhan concluded they had never forgiven him for condemning the priest to death. It became very painful to him because he had tried to protect me. That's why! Thank you! I'm glad it took him Yuhan a minute to realize it, but yeah, that's why. That's why I'm like, why did the older members of the royal palace not realize that? I'm not shocked by this. I'm not shocked by it at all. Lord Yuhan was not chosen. And I totally understand. You know what? I can't believe I'm saying this, but I understand why Shuan did what he did. I totally understand. Was it wrong? Yeah, it was the wrong way to go about it, but I totally get it, because Eel was a fucking asshole. Lady Yanhi. Yep, and there's that sickness. I love that Kashi and Lady Yanhi are still getting along. This is great. Don't overexert yourself. I'm doing as much as I can, because I had thought of raising the successor to the throne as my role. Kashi, you sense that Yona is the Crimson Dragon King, right? Is that connected to Lord Eel's being chosen as the king? Did you tell His Majesty Junam of it? That she's the Crimson Dragon King? Whether I did or didn't, this fate won't change. I agree. I don't think it would have mattered if Yona was King Hiryu or not. Because even if Yona was King Hiryu or not, I don't think it would have mattered. And hell, I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. If, say, everything was going according to plan, what went the other way, and Yuhan was king and all that shit, Yona still became King Hiryu, I think things would have went differently. I don't think Yona would have... Do I think Yona would have killed Yuhan? No. In all honesty, I don't. I don't think she would have killed him. I honestly don't. I think things would have turned out differently. I think, in all reality, I think Yuhan would have just been... Yuhan would have believed it and would have let Yona done her thing. In all reality, that's my opinion anyway. Then is my role already over? No, it was never my role to begin with. In spite of the blood you carry in your veins, you're merely a human being. That child too has no special powers. From now on, that child will have everything she can take in her own grasp. And you are the same. I've never taken anything in my grasp. Lady Yanhi, if there's anyone who is happy, just because you're alive, can't you have faith in that? I wonder about that. Wait, where's Kashi's scar? Kashi's scar is missing, but whatever. If I'm not there, Lady Yanhi, the truth is, I too want to talk more with you. Lady Yanhi! Lord Yuhan, I heard you collapse in the gardens. I apologize, I felt a little dizzy. I'm already better. Yanhi, I said I would protect you, didn't I? Don't hide anything from me. I revealed to him that I had contracted the Crimson Illness. Suwon, you're leaving the castle? Yes, I heard Mother's moving to a quiet place to take care of her health. Is Lady Yanhi alright? I will no longer be able to see you, Suwon? It's okay, even after I move I'll come see you. I'll be leaving the Crimson Dragon Castle soon. I wonder if I can go on living like this. Lady Yanhi, His Majesty, someone is here? Who? Lord Eel. It's okay if you stay as you are, Miss Yanhi. Please don't move. Don't move, please. I heard you were ill. I came to convey my best wishes. After all, we haven't been able to meet much at this point. Lord Eel came to convey his best wishes? To me? I must have broken your heart, no? Even though you did nothing wrong, you've gone through cold days. Lord Eel, what are you... I feel the same way. I'm grateful to you for have been so kind to Kashi. I wish I'd been able to do more for you and for Kashi. Please take care of your health. Go easy about it and get well. I'm sorry, Lord Eel. Well, not gonna... Dude, this was all Lord Eel's fault. Well, to an extent. You know what? This is kind of Lord Eel's fault because he could have been the bigger person. Lady Yanhi tried to be the bigger person. Lord Eel needed to be a bigger person too. And no, he didn't. He let his religion blind him. And that happens, but, you know. But it looks like Eel has grown up. How was the coronation? It sure was subdued. There was no cheering at all. Everyone was looking at Eel's crown with dark expressions, as if at a prisoner of a defeated country. Ooh. Again, it makes me understand why Suwon did what he did. But Eel kept himself dignified through the entire ceremony amid that atmosphere. As for me, I was getting angry and angrier at the sulking populace. I thought, what attitude is that towards their new king? Isn't Eel bearing himself credibility? No, don't feel depressed before he's even done anything yet. I gotta say, Yuhan right here, dude, major props to this man. The only one who shouted "Long live His Majesty Eel" was Mundok, just like that guy. Seeing as he has so few on his side, I'll have to support him and rally the country around him. Lord Yuhan, dude, Yuhan is so amazing. He is being the bigger man in this situation, and I hope Eel felt like shit. I hope he feels like shit, but. Now it really feels like what I understand why Suwon did what he did, but at the same time, this is not what Yuhan would want. What Suwon did is not what Yuhan would have wanted. If I just think about it, it's not a big deal whether I become the king or not. My dearest wish is to protect the royal house and the people, and from now on, I'll keep helping my little brother and fighting in the front lines. Suwon, you did the wrong thing, my man. Now, God, I have to keep again, understand why Suwon did what he did, but man, you pissed off your father. You did the one thing your father did not want you to do. And also, you know what, to an extent, Suwon did what his father wanted. He supported the troops on the front lines. As king, he did that, but at the same time, he didn't do what his father wanted him to do, what his father would have wanted him to do. He hasn't changed from the first time we met. Lord Yuhan is still thinking of Lord Eel. Maybe this was what I wanted to see. It's all good. Those two definitely will. Come to think of it, today was the first time I saw Kashi properly. And I don't understand what kind of woman she is at all. Kashi? Kashi is... No, enough. You get some rest already. The tea is here, sir. If I may, Lord Yuhan, it's about Queen Kashi. The other day she told Lady Yanhi a most singular story. She said Princess Yona is the Crimson Dragon King, and that is somehow connected to His Majesty Eel being chosen by the king. What story is that? I also think it's quite, but I remember one thing. After the temple was burnt down, Lady Yanhi asked me just once that she wished to look for two priests in training, a girl called Kashi and a little boy called Iksu. And I love this translation note. What kind of busybody retains such a trivial event in our memory for 15 years? Seriously. Mr. Minsu, The book you lent me was super interesting. I'm returning it. You already read it? Amazing, it took me 5 days. Mr. K shook. Oh, that motherfucker. There's there's that bastard. Want to read it as well, Mr. Kaishuk? It's interesting. This is when he was 15. Huh? I prefer military strategy to medicine. If it's treaties about military strategy, I'll lend you some. Please come to the library. This place has become lively, don't you agree? My apologies, even my son Minsu is under your care. What are you saying? The one chattering the most is Suwon, isn't it? Minsu is the quiet child and Kaishuk is inconspicuous. Besides, since you came to this place, I've been a little more at ease. I'm much obliged. There's a specific medicine against the crimson illness. Now I've been just managing with sleeping medication, but that's only natural, right? This illness is similar to a curse after all. But I've calmed down after I moved here. I think the stress was making the illness progress faster, because that's what usually happens with autoimmune diseases. When you're stressed, it causes the illness to just progress faster. I'm reminded that today an illustrious guest is calling you on your ladyship. No, that's right. Queen Kashi is coming by invitation. Lady Kashi? I've invited her. The proper thing would be for me to go to the castle, but she was worried about me and was gracious enough to come instead. Is Yona coming too? Yes, I think she's coming. Yay! Let's all play together, Mr. Minsu. With Princess Yona? Dude, Minsu is just fucking adorable as hell. Would it be okay for someone like me? Of course, Mr. Kaisuk too. I'm fine, thanks, dude. Kaisuk is still an asshole, even as a kid. Or as a teen. The visit of Kashi and Yona to our residence never happened. We learned later that while the carriage was on its way here, Kashi was attacked by rebels and murdered. Yona wasn't in the carriage and escaped the tragedy. That had been the first time Kashi had left the castle since marrying Lord Eel. Because I had invited her to our place. Yep. Then, Mother, I'm off. I'll stay a while in the castle before I come back. Yuna will be crying a lot, you see. Yes, be there for her. Send me a message if something happens, okay? How are you feeling? I'm fine. His Majesty Eel, I wonder how he's faring. I'll go see him later. You make sure to eat and sleep properly. His Majesty Eel, too, must be crying. Go console him. I know. The Crimson Illness. A crimson illness? Since I married you, I've hated the Crimson Dragon King day in and day out. So what if he was the first king? So what if he's a god? I'm not gonna let the things that are precious to me be destroyed. Lord Yuan, I'm happy. Oh, dude, I love Yuan so much. I do. I'm happy because I have you and Suwon, so just a little longer. Let us be together, please. My last wish wasn't to be forgiven by the gods. Lord Yuan died 2 months after that. That's so heartbreaking. And dude, just imagine. I've lived it, so I know. Just imagine having your best friend and the love of your life being taken away from you in 2 months. Well, not just your best friend and husband, but the father of your child. That's oh man, that's so heartbreaking. That's gotta be, I would, if, Lady Yanhi, man, how you remain strong through those years, I understand she had to for Suwon, but man, I get it, man, I get what this woman is going through. That is heartbreaking that her last wish could not happen, but she just wanted to be with her. be with her family. That's all she wanted. But man, I think we need to find out how Yuhan died. We need to find out how he died. If it was from illness or if he was murdered. Because if he was murdered by King Eel's men, like or if he was he was either, I don't remember how he was murdered. Was he murdered in battle or was he, hold on a second. I'm going to turn to the Yona the Dawn wiki for this one. So this is from the wiki. So officially Yuhan's death has been labeled an accident. However, Suwon revealed to Yona his allegement that Emperor Eel stabbed Yuhan to death with a sword. So next chapter we're going to find out the truth. We're going to find out the truth of, hopefully we're going to find out the truth of what happened. But, man. I hope we find out the truth of what happened next chapter. We need to know. We need to know if it was an accident or if, or not. But, oh, man. But Suwon had to have been there to see it. He probably watched it happen. It probably, you gotta wonder if it was a fight that led to it. That if Eel killed Yuhan, it was probably revenge, because the rebels that killed Kashi were the rebels. Those rebels supported Yuhan, and I think that's Yuhan and not Eel. That would be my guess. So, if what Suwon said was true, that Yuhan was murdered by Eel, that would be the reasoning behind it. But I'm very curious what you guys think. Do you guys think, in regards to Yuhan's death, do you guys think that it was Eel, like, it could have been, yes, it could have been an accident. It could be both. It could be an accident and a murder. It could be accidental homicide. Let's go with that. That'd be the correct wording. It could be accidental homicide because of a heat of the moment kind of thing. Because remember, Eel is in grief because his wife was just murdered by rebels. Because there's probably a civil war that was brewing in Kuka, because remember what was said by Yuhan, that the people were not liking this shit. So yeah, my guess is that this is probably accidental homicide, but very curious what you guys think. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. If you love what I'm doing and want to help keep this channel alive so I can keep bringing you more Akatsuki no Yona content, there's a few ways you could do that. You could donate to my Cash App, PayPal, Patreon, GoFundMe, purchase something off my Amazon wish list, all that's in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow me on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, friend me on PlayStation Network. That's in the description box below as well. Until next time, Nerdigans, I will be seeing you later. Bye!